Deep within the Japanese mountains, among the corridors of ancient temples that seem to touch the clouds, spiritual traditions have endured, preserving their secrets for more than 1,000 years. This is Shingon Buddhism, one of the major Buddhist schools in Japan, an esoteric tradition that blends profound philosophy with complex spiritual rituals. Shingon Buddhism focuses on attaining enlightenment in this very lifetime through meditative practices. In its solemn and awe-inspiring rituals, the echoes of mantras resonate while hand gestures and visual symbols intertwine to create a contemplative experience that transcends the limits of reason and logic. Distinguished by its mysterious nature and its deep influence on medieval Japanese culture, Shingon has become a fundamental pillar in the history of Japanese Buddhism. To learn more details, follow us until the end. And don't forget to support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel so you can stay updated with all our new content. Shingon Buddhism is considered one of the most prominent Buddhist traditions that flourished in Japan, marking a major turning point in the history of Buddhism in the country during the medieval period. Its origins date back to the early 9th century CE, when the Japanese monk Kukai, also known as Kobo Daishi, introduced this esoteric school to Japan after completing his studies in China. This era, particularly the Heian period, 794 to 1185, was a time of remarkable cultural and religious prosperity in Japan, during which Buddhism became deeply interwoven into the fabric of Japanese society, influenced by intellectual and spiritual currents arriving from the Asian continent. Kukai, revered as Kobo Daishi, is the central figure behind the establishment of Shingon Buddhism in Japan and is regarded as one of the greatest religious and cultural figures in Japanese history. He was born in 774 in Sanuki Province on the island of Shikoku under the name Saeki no Mao and grew up in an aristocratic family of considerable influence. From an early age, he demonstrated exceptional intelligence and a strong inclination toward philosophical and religious studies, which led him to explore Buddhist, Confucian, and Taoist teachings. During his adolescence, he enrolled in the State University in Nara to study Confucian texts, but he soon abandoned this path to devote himself entirely to Buddhist meditation and spiritual practice. Influenced by Tantric Buddhism, which was spreading throughout Asia at the time. During his stay in China between 804 and 806, Kukai studied Tantric Buddhist teachings under the guidance of the Chinese monk Huiguo, one of the leading masters of the Zhenyan school, known as Shingon in Japan. The name of this school means the true word, or the true mantra. Recognizing Kukai's extraordinary talent, Huiguo bestowed upon him a title reflecting his status as a legitimate heir to the esoteric teachings. After 2 years of intensive study, Kukai returned to Japan in 806, carrying sacred scriptures, Buddhist statues, and profound knowledge of secret rituals. Upon his return, he was not merely a transmitter of foreign teachings, but a creative thinker who adapted these doctrines to suit Japanese culture, thus laying the foundation for Shingon as an independent school with a distinctive identity. After his return, Kukai faced significant challenges in spreading Shingon teachings due to the dominance of other Buddhist schools, particularly those of Nara. Nevertheless, he succeeded in gaining the support of Emperor Saga. In 816, he received imperial permission to establish a temple on Mount Koya, which later became the spiritual center of Shingon Buddhism. In 823, he was granted Toji Temple in Kyoto as the official headquarters of the school. Beyond founding these centers, Kukai developed an educational and ritual system that harmoniously combined esoteric Buddhist teachings with Japanese cultural traditions. Shingon teachings spread among both the elite and the general population. The school became distinguished by its strong emphasis on esoteric rituals, including the use of mandalas, symbolic diagrams representing the universe, mantras, sacred incantations, and mudras, symbolic hand gestures, all of which aimed to unite the practitioner with the cosmic Buddha, Dainichi Nyorai, Mahavairokkana. Kukai believed that human beings are capable of attaining enlightenment in their present lifetime through correct spiritual practice, an idea that lies at the heart of Shingon philosophy. Kukai's influence was not limited to religious matters alone. He left a profound mark on Japanese culture as a whole. He is credited with contributing to the development of the hiragana writing system, which facilitated the spread of literature and education. He was also an accomplished poet and calligrapher, and he enriched Buddhist art by encouraging the creation of mandalas and religious statues. Additionally, he worked to integrate Buddhism with Shinto through the concept of Ryobu Shinto, which views Shinto deities as manifestations of Buddhas, an approach that significantly enhanced the acceptance of Shingon within Japanese society. Following his death in 835, Kukai was held in the highest esteem and was posthumously granted the title Kobo Daishi, meaning the Great Teacher, in recognition of his immense contributions. According to Shingon tradition, Kukai did not truly die, but instead entered a state of deep meditation on Mount Koya, where he awaits his return as a future Buddha. This belief strengthened his legendary status and transformed Mount Koya into a major pilgrimage destination. Kukai's legacy remains alive in Shingon rituals, which continue to preserve his esoteric teachings, as well as in his lasting influence on Japanese art and culture. Through his vision and efforts, Shingon Buddhism became a fundamental pillar of Japan's religious history, and Kukai continues to be celebrated as a symbol of enlightenment and spiritual creativity. Fire rituals, known as Goma, in Shingon Buddhism, are among the most prominent esoteric spiritual practices that distinguish this Japanese tradition. Rooted in Indian tantric traditions and Chinese esoteric Buddhism, these rituals embody profound symbolism related to spiritual purification and inner transformation. Through Goma, practitioners seek to burn away worldly desires and mental impurities in order to attain a state of purity and enlightenment. The Goma ritual is an intense meditative experience that unites fire, regarded as a symbol of wisdom and divine power, with spiritual practices aimed at achieving unity with the cosmic Buddha, Dainichi Nyorai, Mahavairokkana. Goma rituals are typically performed in a temple or a specially designated sacred space. The monk conducting the ritual, known as a gyoja, ritual practitioner, prepares a special altar called the Homa-dan. This altar consists of a central platform with a fire pit, surrounded by Buddhist symbols such as mandalas and other ritual implements. The ritual begins with the chanting of mantras, sacred incantations used to invoke spiritual forces, accompanied by mudras, symbolic hand gestures that enhance concentration and facilitate communion with the cosmos. The fire is then lit using wooden sticks inscribed with prayers or the personal wishes of the participants, as the flames are believed to serve as a medium through which these prayers are transmitted to the spiritual realm. Within the Goma ritual, fire symbolizes the wisdom of the Buddha, which consumes ignorance and worldly attachments. The ceremony unfolds in several stages, beginning with the purification of the space and the participants through mantra recitation and meditation, followed by the ignition of the fire and the offering of wooden sticks as sacred oblations. Each stick burned carries a specific intention, such as the removal of spiritual obstacles or the attainment of enlightenment. It is believed that the fire transforms these intentions into spiritual energy, helping the practitioner eliminate negative karma and deepen inner awareness. The monk, in turn, guides the ritual with great precision, as mastering its symbolic and spiritual dimensions requires rigorous training. Goma rituals are practiced in a variety of contexts, whether for protection, purification, or the fulfillment of spiritual or worldly aspirations. On Mount Koya, the spiritual heart of Shingon Buddhism, these rituals are an essential part of religious life, with both monks and pilgrims participating. Goma is also regarded as a means of connecting the practitioner with the cosmos, as fire is seen as a bridge between the material and spiritual worlds. This aspect reflects the core philosophy of Shingon Buddhism, which holds that enlightenment is attainable in one's present lifetime through proper ritual practice and profound meditation. The influence of Goma rituals extends beyond the spiritual realm, having played a significant role in shaping Japanese art and culture. The visual symbolism of fire and the altar, combined with the rhythmic sounds of mantra chanting, inspired numerous artistic works during the Heian period and beyond. Moreover, these rituals strengthened the status of Shingon Buddhism as a compelling religious school for both the elite and the general population, owing to their powerful symbolism and their ability to offer a direct and transformative spiritual experience. Even today, Goma rituals remain a central pillar of Shingon practice, regularly performed in temples, while preserving the traditions established by Kukai and their profound spiritual essence, standing as a living symbol of purification and spiritual transformation within Japanese Buddhism. Mount Koya, also known as Koyasan, is the spiritual heart of Shingon Buddhism in Japan, and a sacred site that embodies the legacy of Kukai, Kobo Daishi, the founder of this esoteric tradition. Located in Wakayama Prefecture, amid dense forests and towering mountains, the site possesses a serene and deeply spiritual atmosphere that has attracted pilgrims and visitors since the 9th century CE. Mount Koya is home to a vast religious complex comprising more than 100 temples, the most prominent of which is Kongobu-ji, the head temple of the Shingon school. With its elegant design and exquisite rock gardens, this temple reflects the Shingon philosophy that emphasizes the intimate connection between nature and spirituality. The mountain is also renowned for Okunoin Cemetery, one of the most sacred places on the site. Stretching across a wide area and surrounded by towering cedar trees, the cemetery contains thousands of graves and memorial monuments, including Kukai's own mausoleum. According to Shingon tradition, Kukai did not truly die, but entered a state of deep meditation at this very location, making Okunoin a place imbued with powerful spiritual energy where pilgrims gather for prayer and contemplation. Esoteric Shingon rituals are actively practiced on Mount Koya, including fire rituals, goma, mantra chanting, and the use of mandalas to strengthen communion with the cosmos. Monks perform these rituals daily, faithfully preserving the teachings established by Kukai. The site also offers visitors a unique experience through shukubo, or temple lodging, where guests can participate in rituals, engage in meditation, and enjoy traditional Buddhist vegetarian cuisine. This experience reflects the spirit of Shingon Buddhism, which harmonizes spiritual discipline with a deep respect for nature. The influence of Mount Koya extends far beyond its role as a religious center. Historically, it has served as an important cultural and artistic hub. Its temples have played a vital role in preserving Buddhist arts, including intricate mandalas and wooden statues depicting Buddhas and deities. The traditional architecture of the temples, with their curved roofs and refined details, clearly reflects the artistic legacy of the Heian period. Moreover, Mount Koya functioned as a center of learning, where Kukai and his disciples taught Buddhist philosophy and esoteric rituals, attracting monks and spiritual students from across Japan. Over the centuries, Mount Koya has remained a major destination for pilgrims seeking inner peace and spiritual connection. Many follow the traditional Shikoku pilgrimage, which includes 88 temples associated with Kukai, and conclude their journey at Koyasan to complete the pilgrimage cycle. Even in the modern era, the mountain continues to captivate millions of visitors each year, whether for religious devotion or to appreciate its natural beauty and tranquil atmosphere. In 2004, Mount Koya was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in recognition of its outstanding cultural and spiritual significance. Buddhist statues and symbols form a fundamental element of Shingon rituals, one of Japan's esoteric Buddhist traditions. They serve as visual and spiritual mediums through which profound philosophical concepts are embodied, enhancing meditation and facilitating communion with the cosmos. These symbols, including Buddhist statues, mandalas, and ritual implements, are not mere artistic decorations. Rather, they carry deep spiritual significance, linking practitioners to Buddhas and cosmic forces and assisting in the attainment of enlightenment in this very lifetime. Among the most prominent symbols in Shingon rituals are mandalas, which are intricate symbolic diagrams representing the universe and its spiritual order. In Shingon Buddhism, there are two principal types of mandalas: the Diamond Realm Mandala, Kongokai, symbolizing cosmic wisdom, and the Womb Realm Mandala, Taizokai, embodying compassion and the nurturing maternal nature of the cosmos. These mandalas are used in meditative practices, during which practitioners focus on the symbols and geometric forms to envision themselves as integral parts of the cosmic order. Mandalas are created with exceptional precision and often depict Buddhas and Buddhist deities, such as Dainichi Nyorai, the cosmic Buddha who stands at the center of Shingon philosophy. Far from being mere works of art, these mandalas are regarded as spiritual maps that guide practitioners toward enlightenment. Buddhist statues constitute another inseparable component of Shingon rituals. Typically crafted from wood or metal and adorned with meticulous details, these statues depict various Buddhas and divine manifestations. The statue of Dainichi Nyorai, for example, occupies a central position in Shingon temples and is usually portrayed performing mudras that express wisdom and compassion. Such statues function as focal points for meditation and ritual practice, where offerings such as incense and flowers are presented to strengthen spiritual connection. Other figures, including Fudo-Mayo, the deity of fire and wisdom, are prominently used in Goma fire rituals to embody the power of spiritual purification. These statues are executed with exceptional craftsmanship and often reflect the artistic influence of the Heian period, during which Shingon Buddhism flourished. Ritual implements also play a significant role in Shingon practice. Objects such as the ritual bell and the diamond scepter, Vajra, carry symbolic meanings. The bell represents compassion and the cosmic sound, while the Vajra symbolizes wisdom that cuts through ignorance. These tools are used during ceremonies to enhance concentration and awaken spiritual awareness. In Goma rituals, for instance, monks employed these implements to direct spiritual energy and invoke cosmic forces. Additionally, prayer beads, juzu, are used in mantra recitation, aiding in deepening focus and meditative absorption. The influence of these symbols extends beyond ritual practice into Japanese art and culture, where mandalas and statues inspired numerous artistic works throughout the medieval period. At Mount Koya, the spiritual center of Shingon Buddhism, remarkable collections of mandalas and statues are displayed, reflecting both the artistic mastery and the spiritual depth of the tradition. These works were not created solely for ornamentation, but served as vital means of conveying Buddhist teachings to the wider public, many of whom lacked access to complex philosophical texts. Even today, these symbols remain a vibrant and essential part of Shingon practice, used in daily rituals and continuing to attract pilgrims and visitors seeking a profound spiritual experience. In conclusion, Shingon Buddhism, with its esoteric rituals and profound philosophy, represents a unique spiritual and cultural legacy in the history of medieval Japan. Through its deep influence on Japanese art, architecture, and culture, Shingon remains a living testament to the power of spirituality in shaping the identity of nations, while preserving the legacy of Kukai as an enduring symbol of enlightenment and spiritual creativity up to the modern era. With this, we have reached the end of our discussion. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell, and we look forward to seeing you in a new documentary.